Not. Down is down, so what's up, guys? It is so far past bedtime, but we're still here.
Yeah, we are.
After a successful meet and greet, I mean, what else can you do? You gotta keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we read in Revelation. What was that? We read in Revelation chapter 21, which has 2 sections. The first section is smaller. Do you want to read the first one? It says everything new.
I saw heaven and earth new created. Gone the first heaven, gone the first earth, gone the sea. I saw holy Jerusalem, new created, descending resplendent out of heaven, as ready for God as a bride for her husband. I heard a voice thunder from the throne. Look, look, God has moved into the neighborhood, making his home with men and women. They're his people. He's their God. He'll wipe every tear from their eyes. Death is gone for good. Tears gone. Crying gone. Pain gone. All the first order of things gone. The enthroned continued. Look, I'm making everything new. Write it all down. Each word dependable and accurate. Then he said, it's happened. I'm A to Z. Alpha and Omega, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm the beginning. I'm the conclusion. End is simpler. Why did they have to do conclusion?
I don't know.
From water of life, well, I give freely to the thirsty. Conquerors inherit all this. I'll be God to them. They'll be sons and daughters to me. But for the rest, the feckless and faithless, degenerates and murderers, sex peddlers and sorcerers, idolaters and all liars, for them it's like fire and brimstone, second death. The phrase thing's weird in this.
Yeah. Not the sex peddlers. Okay, the City of Light. One of the 7 angels who had carried the bowls filled with the 7 final disasters spoke to me. Come here. I'll show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb. He took me away in the spirit to an enormous high mountain and showed me holy Jerusalem descending out of heaven from God, resplendent in the bright glory of God. The city shimmered like a presaged gem, light-filled, pulsing light. She had a wall majestic and high with 12 gates. Pretend like I'm not allergic to the cats for a second. Wow. With 12 gates, and each gate stood an angel, and on the gates were inscribed the names of the 12 tribes of the sons of Israel. 3 gates on the east, 3 gates on the north, 3 gates on the south, 3 gates on the west. The wall was set on 12 foundations, the name of the 12 apostles of the Lamb inscribed on them. The angel speaking with me had a gold measuring stick to measure the city, its gates, and its wall. The city was laid out in a perfect square. He measured the city with the measuring stick. 12,000 stadia? I don't know how long that is. Its length, width, and height all equal. Using the standard measure, the angel measured the thickness of its wall, 144 cubits. The wall was jasper, the color of glory, and the city was pure gold, translucent as glass. Gold, but also translucent. Wait for it. Foundations of the city walls were garnished with every precious gem imaginable. Its foundation jasper, the second sapphire, the third agate, the fourth emerald, the fifth onyx, the sixth carnelian, the seventh... Oh, I was doing so good. The seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl. I don't know those. The 9th topaz, the 10th chrysoprase, the 11th hyacinth, the 12th amethyst, I knew most of those. The 12 gates were 12 pearls, each gate a single pearl. The main street of the city was pure gold, translucent as glass. But there is no sign of a temple, for the Lord God, the sovereign strong, and the Lamb are the temple. The city doesn't need a sun or a moon for light. God's glory is its light. The Lamb is its lamp. The nations will walk in its light, and earth's kings bring in their splendor. Its gates will never be shut by day, and there won't be any night. They'll bring the glory and the honor of the nations into the city. Nothing dirty or defiled will get into the city, and no one who defiles or deceives. Only those whose names are written in the Lamb's Book of Life will get it. I really like God's glory is the light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what was your favorite part of the day?
Favorite part of the day? Probably the middle part where we got to come home and eat and watch TV and relax a little bit.
No, eating food and watching The Chosen has been my favorite part of the day in most of these videos.
What's mine today?
Well, since I feel like I should pick something different, I'm going to say that mine was talking to the kids at church in the morning, like the conversation we had with the small group.
Mm-hmm.
And then where I saw God, he literally did it again. We were watching The Chosen, which we just finished season 2, so which was years ago, so we're pretty far behind. And then what we read in the Bible recap, which we didn't do a lot of days of, so now we have to read 2 or 3 a day to make it to the end of the year. Both things were put off, but today they were put together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that was followable, but yeah, so that was pretty cool.
We read the same passage today that they read in the show.
Yeah, except we weren't reading the Gospels. We were reading Deuteronomy?
Mm-hmm. That's what they were quoting.
Yeah, but it would be less impressive if it was something from the Gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.